All right. I want to thank everyone for coming today. I appreciate all of you making it, and we're going to get started, so relax. Scouts attention, color guard attention, audience please rise. Color guard forward march. Color guard halt. Cross and present the colors, scout salute. Please join me in the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Post the colors. Two. Color guard about face. Forward march. Color guard halt, about face, reform ranks. Audience may be seated. Scout signs, please join me in the Scout oath, law, and outdoor code. On my honor, I will do my best to do my duty to God and my country, and to obey the Scout law, to help other people at all times, to keep myself physically strong, mentally awake, and morally straight. Scout is trustworthy, loyal, helpful, friendly, courteous, kind, obedient, cheerful, thrifty, brave, clean, and reverent. As an American, I'll do my best to be clean in my outdoor manners, be careful of fire, be considerate of the outdoors, be conservation-minded. 2. Scouts may be seated. I would like Oliver to come on up and give our opening prayer.
Hi guys, please. Lord Father, thank you that you have brought us here today to celebrate Logan's achievements, Father. Please let this be such a good time, Father, where we get to laugh, where we get to celebrate everything that Logan has done throughout the years, Father, that he has just given his heart into this program, Father, and that he inspires other scouts that may be on their way to continue and not quit. I pray that all of this goes well, Father, and you bless us. In Jesus' name we pray. Amen.
Now I'd like to call up our candle lighters, David Treat, Landon Gooden, and Oliver Amonza.
This candle represents a scout's duty to himself to be prepared to meet life challenges physically, spiritually, and mentally.
This candle represents the scout's duty to others to serve and selflessly to be alert to the needs of those around them to do a good true government.
This candle represents the scout's duty to respect the beliefs of others, and to be true to his own, to fulfill his obligations to God and country. The scout is trustworthy, loyal, obedient, and right.
You guys, you may be seated. I'd like to thank Scoutmaster Rob Bailey to come forward and explain the journey toward Eagle.
Today we have the honor and pleasure of bestowing the rank of Eagle Scout to a member of our troop. The Eagle Scout badge is the highest youth award which may be earned by a member of the Boy Scouting program. Excuse me. It represents another step forward by the Scout towards the BSA's goals of developing citizenship, of imparting character, developing and enhancing personal fitness. While the Eagle Scout badge is one of the 7 badges which the Scout earns, the achievement of the Scout badge is indeed the highest honor that a Scout may achieve. Scouts, family, and friends. Today we celebrate the Trail to Eagle, a journey that's more than a path of badges. It starts with the young scout learning knots, pitching tents, taking the first oath to live with honor. The trail winds through ranks, scout, tenderfoot, second class, first class, each step teaching skills like navigation and first aid, but also resilience and teamwork. Then come the higher ranks, Star, Life, and finally Eagle. Becoming an Eagle Scout isn't just about earning 21 merit badges, though that's no small feat. Think swimming, citizenship, and mastering skills from cooking to emergency preparation. It's about leading a service project that leaves a mark, like building a playground or restoring a trail, showing initiative and heart. The trail gets steep here, planning, rallying a team, and pushing through setbacks. But that's where the character shines. There's a border review too, a moment to reflect on the Scout law and prove that you live it. Today, we honor Logan, who's climbed the summit, Eagle Scout. It's not the end, but a new height. Earned through grit, service, and a promise kept. Congratulations, Logan. Logan came to 809 as a young scout from Pack 4. He was quiet and looked a little scared of the older scouts. It didn't take long for Logan to fit in. Soon he was running around with the older boys, cracking jokes and telling stories. Logan has always been an adventurous scout. At campouts, he was always dragging the boys away to some rock wall, river, lake, or hike. Always out doing something other than what needed to be done in camp. When they came back, they were usually panting and excitingly telling everyone about what they saw and what they did. And then they were off again to a new adventure. As an adult, this is one of the things that we live for, living vicariously through the Scouts. We get almost as much enjoyment watching them as they are living through it. Now, however, as Logan has gotten older, his tone has changed. From adventure first to responsibility first. Things like setting up camp and setting up a patrol or troop kitchen take priority over fun first, then work. He has become the older scout that the younger scouts look up to for guidance and advice. It has been an honor to watch his growth over the years. Now I would like to invite Logan's parents, Jason and Kelly Berger, to come forward and tell us about Logan's personal scout journey.
Good afternoon. First, I want to thank you all for being here. I'm not going to thank anybody specifically, but all of you collectively, because there are going to be about 1,000 thanks coming from Jason and Logan. And as much as I don't like to talk about myself, I could talk about my kids for hours, but I'm sure you don't want to be here for hours, so I'm going to make it quick. Plus, I've heard how long his speech is, so I've pared mine down just a bit. So Jason's going to be talking a lot more about Logan's scouting career, but I would like to tell you a little bit about Logan before, during, and outside of Scouts, and I'm glad somebody brought the tissues up here. Logan was born on July 14th, 2007. He had such separation anxiety that they had to surgically remove him from me. At least that's the story that I like to tell. Logan and I have always been very close. He is quite the snuggler, and he loves to give hugs. He has more energy than the infamous Benny. He loves to make people laugh, and he excels at everything he puts his mind to. Logan wasn't quite ready for kindergarten as a 5-year-old, or was it me who was not ready to let him go? But we opted for a 3rd year of preschool, and he started kindergarten at age 6. Logan loved school, and he adored all of his teachers as much as they adored him. Pleasing them was important to Logan. He was such a good student, with an omnipresent smile and a zest for life. And he made friends easily. Logan met his best friend, Coleman, in 2nd grade. The following year, Coleman invited Logan to join Cub Scouts, and Logan was hooked. I'll let you, the boys, tell you more about all of that. Coleman left public school after 4th grade, but they still had Scouts together, and since we lived just around the corner from each other, we're neighborhood friends and became like brothers. 5th grade was a tough year for Logan. He had some very hurtful things happen with other friends at the school. They backed away because they thought Logan was too immature for a 5th grader. I saw his usual zest for life begin to fade. He had also lost 3 of his grandparents by that point, and his dad had sustained a life-altering work injury. And then on top of that, the last third of the school year was squelched by the COVID pandemic and lockdowns. For those reasons and several others, we decided to pull the kids from school in the fall of 2020 and try homeschooling. Needless to say, it was the best decision we had ever made. Logan had crossed over into Boy Scouts in February of 2020, so he thankfully had that camaraderie. We also decided to join Greeley Options, which is an enrichment program for homeschool kids that mingle weekly and take exploratory and elective classes together. There, Logan gets his PE fix and even found a passion for musical theater. He had a blast playing Mendel and Fiddler on the Roof last year and can't wait for us to see his part in this year's production of Into the Woods. The friends and support Logan and his sister Lainey found at Options has been incredible, and his spark quickly returned. At home, we were able to use so many of the merit badge lessons toward our homeschool curriculum. We covered so many subjects in such fun and engaging ways, and Logan was learning all about aspects of life and thriving on multiple levels. With our flexible schedule, we had significantly more time to do extra family things, provide volunteer work, and dedicate time to all their extracurricular activities, and Logan grew by leaps and bounds in countless ways. Logan also decided to try karate in late 2020, and he was instantly hooked. He found mentors there as well. Between Logan's Boy Scout Brotherhood, his Karate Ohana, his Options family, his neighborhood best friend and their family, and his family, plus extended family and family friends, Logan was lifted to new heights. All of these communities have sustained him, and all of us really, through all of our family losses, and I believe helped Logan feel like he had an extensive support system to lean on. They also pushed him, challenged him, inspired him, made him feel capable, and celebrated his victories. Because of that, and his own hard work, in the past 4 years, Logan has earned his junior black belt just last Friday. He started working as a teacher at the dojo, and now he is an Eagle Scout. He plans to continue teaching karate and working toward his 1st degree black belt. He also plans to stick with Boy Scouts and help his fellow brothers earn their Eagle Scout ranks, plus lots and lots more camping and lots more adventures. He hopes to have a family of his own someday and prays he can share both karate and scouts with them. Logan is still the funniest and craziest boy I know, but he is also the sweetest, kindest, most loving, and most giving young man. I couldn't be prouder of all his accomplishments. They truly blow my mind. But I think the part that makes me the proudest is witnessing his interactions with youngsters, particularly at the dojo. Logan is quite the role model, and they truly look up to him, and my heart melts when I watch them interact. They sure do love their Mr. Logan. And I love my Logan too. You are the MVP of my heart, and I leave you and everyone here with some of my new favorite parting words. Be good, do good, God bless. Go.
My name's Jason. I'm Logan's dad. I have no issue speaking in front of people, but sometimes I get a little passionate about things I love. Bear with me. Logan's scouting journey began in September of 2017 at the age of 9 in Cub Scouts Pack 121 in LaSalle, Colorado. He joined the Bear Den with Jesse, Enrique, his best friend Coleman, and den mother Ashley Knapp, where he attended weekly den meetings and monthly pack meetings. He advanced through the requirements for bear, Webelos, and earned his Arrow of Light, with several extra elective requirements along the way. He participated in many zany and some serious adventures, including arts and crafts, physical and outdoor activities, building and fixing projects, science experiments, duty to God, blue and gold celebrations, camping, and of course the infamous Pinewood Derby. Logan designed, with hand-drawn pictures, built and decorated 2 cars with a little help from Grandpa and myself. The race has become a little more high-tech since when I was a kid, with digital cameras and stopwatches that go out to several decimal points. Logan really enjoyed his cars and racing them. He took first place in his bear den his first year. Logan loves camping, and his first overnight camp out was with his Webelos den at Ben Delatour Scout Ranch, where he went without Kelly or I, which seems so trivial now, but was a really big deal at the time. Logan loves the outdoors and physical activity. He seldom sits still. Even watching TV and doing schoolwork is very active. So camping was a very natural progression for him. He often can be found in the backyard camping by himself, with friends, or me. Still, he attended his first weekend summer camp at Peaceful Valley in Elbert, Colorado. I'm sure some of you remember that camp out. It started out great with a comedic medieval theme of knights, wizards, and magic, and lots of activities, including archery, BB guns, gaga ball, a giant watchtower, sing-along songs, a unicorn scavenger hunt, and camping under the stars on the second night. The first 2 days were amazing, and then the third day was obscured by sullen storm clouds, and the valley was no longer peaceful. As the sirens blared, and we rushed to the meeting shelters and spent the rest of the day and evening in lockdown and tornado watch. Unfortunately, some of us were separated from each other, which was scary. We made the best of it with what we could with games and chalk, but most of us ended up going home that last night when the watch was finally lifted. It was a very fun and memorable, yet scary experience. Then, as he and Coleman worked towards their Arrow of Light, we visited several Boy Scout troops in the Greeley and surrounding areas. They all had something to offer, and they liked things about each of them, and I thought, how will they ever choose? Then we visited Troop 809, here at the Elks Lodge. We were invited to their annual December game night. The boys jumped right in, mingling with the other scouts who welcomed them with open arms. The boys were instantly hooked, and both in 100% agreement, and I remember them excited and giddy all the way home. It really was fun and welcoming. Everyone engaged, us parents as well as the boys, and it felt a little like family. It still does, because that's what it is. I think that's probably our troop's biggest strength. When the boys crossed over, the whole troop and their families came to welcome them in, presenting them with their new neckerchiefs, slides, and Boy Scout handbooks. A new patrol of 4 new boys was established with Logan, Coleman, Jacob, and Eric, and was christened the Arctic Elks. We had a few months of meetings and 1 merit badge university before COVID hit. And then we met via Zoom for a couple months, where we started several more merit badges just to have something to work on during the lockdown. Logan's first and still favorite merit badge was personal fitness. Remember that physical activity I mentioned? Historically, this is many scouts' final merit badge to complete on the trail to Eagle, and often during crunch time. It was Logan's first. I remember him running the mile every day around the school, trying to beat his previous times and doing push-ups and sit-ups. He still does this, now for karate, and still runs everywhere. I mention this as it set the pace, as he worked very hard and diligently, completing many more along the way, or along the years, 42 and counting, citing personal fitness, dog care, and yes, camping as his favorites. With golf, shotgun shooting, woodworking, and pioneering waiting in the wings, all pending just 1 or 2 requirements. His first camping trip with Troop 809 was the fall camp of 2020 at Beecher Island, Colorado, way out east by Ray. It was very cold. The boys had a blast, and we ended up being the only troop there, as camp had been canceled due to COVID, unbeknownst to us, because there's no cell service out there. So, we social distanced by being the only people out there in the middle of nowhere. We awoke the next morning to ice on our tents. A very quick and slick breakfast, as all the pots and pans were sliding off our patrol boxes. Logan earned the first of many frost points and official camping nights to come. It was a very fun and great experience. The ride home in the ice, sleet, and fog may sound miserable, but when you look back and see his smiling face, you instantly become a kid again. I would love to go into great detail of each camp we attended, just like that, but unfortunately there's not enough time. So here are some highlights. Logan has attended 3 week-long summer camps, Medicine Mountain in South Dakota, near Crazy Horse Monument, where he climbed a mountain, a 5-mile hike, hauled food and helped cook every meal, visited Mount Rushmore and Crazy Horse with Mom, Sister, and Bonzo, our new puppy, on free day, and completed his archery, fishing, and chess merit badges. Next came Melita Island on Flathead Lake in Montana, my personal favorite. Just Google it. It's a 15-hour drive to a scout ranch on an island. I didn't think he'd even get into the boat once we got there. He can be very adamant about trying new things. But once he got on and we were moving, there was that grip again. And he spent most of the rest of the week on or in the water, including a 6 a.m. polar plunge every morning in the lake, which I also did. Logan completed 7 more, almost 8 merit badges this trip, including 2 Eagle requireds, swimming and first aid, kayaking, nature, theater, forestry, American cultures, and just 1 requirement shy of water sports. He just had to water ski and cross the wake 3 times, and it was not from a lack of trying. It's really hard. We ate like royalty because we didn't have to cook. Long days and short nights, 11 p.m. sundown and 4 a.m. sun up. No mosquitoes. We got weather forecasts from a rock. We learned the Melita wave, which is how you trigger the lights in the bathrooms and the showers. We had hot showers. We reunited with Kayla Bills, formerly of our troop, who now lives in Montana, and finishing up the week with a spectacular campfire where the boys debuted their celebrated Invisible Bench skit, complete with ad blockers and a visit from Jake from State Farm. Last summer was Camp Buffalo Bill in Cody, Wyoming. This was a high-adventure whitewater rafting camp where he spent the majority of the days on the river, leaving after breakfast, packing a lunch, and coming back exhausted, taking naps in his hammock before supper at the mess hall. Once again, royalty dining, this time with a chopstick challenge. Less cooking equals more time to eat. A campfire sing-along with the counselors on guitars, a movie night, and free day spent at Buffalo Bill Museum and Yellowstone National Park. We had the whole camp to ourselves as it was staff startup week, making for another very unique experience. Logan has emphatically stated each summer that that was the best camp ever. But he has assured me now that Buffalo Bill will never be beat. We'll see. We're going back to a different place in Montana. 4 fall camps, including 2 at Crow Valley and a return to Beecher Island. All very cold, but all very fun. Where we compete and have fellowship with other troops in the council. These are usually 3 days and 2 nights. The boys learned about the history of and walked the trail of the Beecher Island skirmish, painted old church pews as a service project, made alligator nuggets, skits, campfires, barrel races, knot tying, and stargazing with pirate, monster, and pioneering themes. 4 spring camps, which our troop plans the themes, activities, and hosts every year for the other troops. At Ben de la Tour, we had a Viking-themed one and an emergency preparedness airplane crash one. Both of these were honorary winter camps as it snowed. And big time, the year of the airplane crash. Activity summary include axe throwing, tug of war, orienteering, fire building, outdoor survival, and first aid triage. Then our following one was one out at New Raymer, Colorado. No snow, but epic winds and goat head thorns. That year, the troops had to build a monkey bridge out of poles and ropes and their wicks, and then successfully transport their troop and all their gear across an invisible river, which was actually a gigantic sea of goat head thorns. The boys set up their tents in the cattle pens, and the bridge is out in the rodeo arena. Best time and bridge quality wins. Logan completing his cooking merit badge on this outing. So in summation, unless it's summer camp, it's always really cold, and there's usually rain, snow, wind, or any combination thereof. We cook all our own meals, have campfires, skits, and songs, and now, dad jokes, which I'll take some of the blame for. And finally, one winter Klondike back to the 80s themed camp, which I also did not enjoy very much. Up at Chimney Park in Wyoming. We joined forces with Troop 4 to co-host, and we got to stay in the cabin. We played board games, Saturday morning cartoons, and cereal for everyone, a blast car extravaganza, basketball shootout, ice hockey, 80s pop culture history and trivia, fire building on the ice lake, an air guitar jam-off, and of course, the Great Klondike Derby, where one lucky volunteer sits on a makeshift scout-made sled. Ours is literally 2 skis and a chair, very lightweight. And the boys become the sled dogs. The boys took first place, and the key to win is pick your smallest, lightest scout, sit him in the chair, and the rest of you run as fast as you can. Logan ran. With some other sporadic campouts in between, including several Aero Light Classic Cub Scout recruitment camps at Bigfoot turf farms, and more backyard camping, it's always a very intense experience. Yeah, jokes. Logan has racked up 40 nights of camping, over 35 hours of community service to the tune of Veterans Day, wreaths across America, flag ceremonies, retirement ceremonies, volunteering at the Humane Society, volunteering at the dojo before he became an employee, trash removal, trail maintenance, and scouting for food. He has also held many positions of leadership in the troop, including patrol and assistant patrol leader for the Arctic Elks, historian, scribe, quartermaster, troop guide, assistant patrol leader, and senior patrol leader twice, which is, these ones are held for the whole troop. They hold these positions for 6 months and elect and vote on one another. We are small and mighty, and so many of the boys often hold more than one at a time. Logan served the last 6 months as senior patrol leader, which he just passed the torch to Dylan yesterday. After completing his required merit badges last year and attending his fellow scouts, Joel, Bobby, and David's Eagle celebrations, he was fired up to start and finish his project. He went back and forth over the past year, brainstorming, soul-searching, and changing his mind before finding the perfect idea. He wanted to do something for his umbrella school, something that was self-sustaining, and something that young people could benefit from. He has such a passion for teaching little kids. And it all just fell into place. He created a library for his school, including designing and building bookshelves, organizing and facilitating a book drive where he acquired over 350 books and counting. He made flyers. He helped create a checkout and labeling system as well. It's a fully functioning library. Once the ball got rolling, it came together rather quickly, and he was able to complete it during his planned timetable, taking copious notes and logs along the way, making his paperwork very straightforward. Thanks largely in part to the indispensable help of his coach, Mr. Kevin Helms, who had recently retired from Scouts. Once an Eagle Scout, always an Eagle Scout, right? Grandpa, for the use of his shop, tools, spare lumber, and sage carpentry advice. This is the hard part. The Scouts and families of Troop 809 for the shelf fill day and book donations. Mrs. Phillips and the students and staff of Greeley Option School for the opportunity and the labeling of the books. Logan then set up the shelves and all the recently logged and labeled books, which he continues to maintain. His paperwork done meant the job was done. Next was his Scoutmaster conference with Mr. Bailey, and finally the Eagle Board of Review, which he completed on November 10th, 2024. I couldn't be more proud of the young man he has become. I love you, son. I had a very exhaustive list of people to thank, but I'm going to keep it short because I know I've been talking too long already. This is the short one. First and foremost, I'd like to thank God, who guides our family steps through the highs and lows. Next, the Naps, for always treating Logan like one of their own. Love you guys. The boys of Troop 809 for letting me relive my childhood. And the parents of all these wonderful boys. Your talents and time are very much appreciated. Scoutmaster Bailey for his unwavering devotion to these boys. Mr. Helms for his too numerous to list contributions and wisdom to our troop, and specifically to Logan and I for all our recycling endeavors and sage advice and post-retirement coaching. Stan Sugden and the Elks Lodge for their resources and support all these years. Thank you all for making Logan's journey a great one. And lastly, extreme gratitude and thanks to my beautiful wife, Kelly, who keeps our family going, selflessly giving of her time, talents, and resources, above and beyond, behind the scenes. What you do for Logan, Elena, myself, and others is paramount. Thank you to everyone here and everyone who has ever bought popcorn, candy bars, or meat sticks. You are supporting Scouting. Thank you.
We'd like to have Scoutmaster Rob Bailey come forward and lead Logan in the Eagle Scout oath and pledge.
Thank you, Jason. Logan, please repeat after me. I reaffirm my allegiance to the three promises of the Scout Oath.
I reaffirm my allegiance to the three promises of the Scout Oath.
I thoughtfully recognize and take upon myself
I thoughtfully recognize and take upon myself
the obligations and responsibilities of an Eagle Scout.
the obligations and responsibilities of an Eagle Scout.
On my honor,
On
I
my-
will do my best to make training an example,
On my honor, I will do my best to make my training an example,
and my status and my influence
and my status and my influence
count strongly for better scouting
count strongly for better scouting
and for better citizenship, in my troop,
and for better citizenship in my troop,
in my community,
in my community,
and in my contacts with other people.
and in my contacts with other people.
To this, I pledge my sacred honor.
To this, I pledge my sacred honor.
The Eagle Scout candidate will now take the Eagle Scout pledge. As the candidate takes this pledge for the first time, will those Eagle Scouts who are present in the audience please stand and reaffirm their pledge? Will each of you please give the Scout sign and repeat after me in unison? You may follow along with the pledge on the back of the program. On my honor, I will do my best.
On my honor, I will do my best
Do my duty to God.
to do my duty to God.
On my honor, I will do my best
On my honor, I will do my best
to do my duty to my country.
to do my duty to my country.
I reaffirm my allegiance to these three promises of the Scout Oath.
I reaffirm my allegiance to the three promises of the Scout Oath.
I thoughtfully recognize and take upon myself
I thoughtfully recognize and take upon myself
the obligations and responsibilities
the obligations and responsibilities
of the Scout rank.
of
Yeah,
the
excuse
Scout.
me, the rank of the Eagle Scout.
The rank of the Scout.
On my honor, I will do my best
On my honor, I will do my best
to make my training an example
to make my training an example
and make my rank and influence strongly count
and make my rank and influence strongly count
for better scouting, for better citizenship,
For
for
better
better
scouting,
scouting and for better citizenship.
in my troop, in my community,
In my troop, in my community,
and in my contact with other people,
and in my contact with other people,
regardless of race, color, or creed.
regardless of race, color, or creed.
To this, I pledge my sacred honor.
To this I pledge my sacred honor.
Eagle Scouts, you may be seated. To Logan, I charge you to enter this Eagle Scout brotherhood holding ever before you, without reservation, the ideals of honor and service. By repeating the Eagle Scout pledge, your fellow members, you have professed your dedication to becoming an Eagle Scout. Though the words you used just now are similar to those by which you joined Scouting, today they mean more than they ever could have meant at the time. or at any time in the past. When you pledged yourself on your sacred honor, using the same words which are found at the end of the Declaration of Independence, you sealed your eternal loyalty to the code of the Eagle Scout. This candidate presented a record of merit badges earned. These have been carefully checked against council records and certified by appointed merit badge counselors. The Board of Review carefully checked the record of this candidate for leadership in his troop, school affairs, in his faith community, with his community service, and in the conduct of his Eagle Service Project. This candidate has demonstrated his capacity and willingness to exert leadership in activities that are constructive and worthwhile. It has been satisfactorily established by the Board of Review that this candidate is putting into daily practice the principles of the Scout Oath and law. In light of the inquiries made and the favorable results in each case, the Board of Review has found this candidate qualified and has authorized its Court of Honor to bestow upon you, Logan Burghardt, the rank of Eagle. Logan, I wish to congratulate you for this achievement on behalf of the boys and the adults of Troop 809. We are all extremely proud of your achievements and equally proud of your progress along the Scouting Trail. As a token of our pride in your accomplishment, it is my honor to present to you this special neckerchief. Emblematic of all Eagle Scouts everywhere, please wear this with pride, yet humility, in honor of your personal achievement. I'd like our advancement chair, Jason Burghardt, to please come forward and assist with presenting the palms. May I also have our newly elected senior patrol leader, Bill and Frya, also come forward. With the Eagle, Logan has also earned 4 Eagle Palms, 2 bronze, 1 silver, and 1 gold. These are presented to young men for every 5 merit badges beyond the 21 required to become an Eagle Scout. have Logan's mother come forward as well. Logan, just like the past progress along the trail, you did not do this alone. Your fellow patrol and troop members assisted you greatly. Your friends and those in your community supported you while you completed the service projects in the troop. But your parents supported you throughout your journey, and it is time to recognize them. SBL. The symbol of your success is the Eagle Medal, which we now present to your mother. Your mother will in turn pin the medal over your heart. And now, also in recognition for the many hours, very many hours, time, of patience guidance given by her in your efforts, will you pin the Eagle Mother's pin on your mother?
Don't stab her, Logan.
Okay. Logan, your father has been a source of support and guidance. He will now present to you the Eagle Award. Oh, I'm sorry. And now in recognition, now in recognition for the many hours of patience guidance given by him in your efforts, you made pin the Eagle Father and the Father. That was my mistake. Okay, now everyone may be seated as Logan recognizes those who have helped him on his journey.
That was a lot of stuff. Okay. Thank you again for all being here. I'm going to start off with my grandparent pins. If I could have Elmer Burkhart come up.
You're old when you can't get up without one.
All right. I want to thank my grandpa so much for being always there for me, for letting me use his awesome garage for my Eagle Scout project, and all the wonderful things. Now I'd like my grandma, Diane Littlefield, to come on up, please. I had to. Thank you so much. So, I have 6 grandparents, and I have 3 pins for each, what do you call it, married grandparents? Pair? Okay, so I want to thank my Nana, Diane Littlefield, and my past, Wayne Littlefield. I know he'd love to be here today. I know he's watching me right now, but I want to thank them so much for always being there for me, and I want to thank you for buying or donating from every single fundraiser for each year, Cub Scouts, Boy Scouts, all that stuff. I had to. All right, and then I'd like to, I can't talk. I want Keith Littlefield to come on up here. So my other grandparents, Fafa John Casper and Grammy Janet Casper, they're no longer with me today, but that's okay. I know they're watching today. I want to thank you for also being there for me, and then this is for Fafa and Janet. Get back.
They make them like that, so they don't come off.
Which is good, not right now. That was a tough one. All right. And then now I'm going to move on to mentor pins. Can I start off with David Anderson to come up, please? All right. This first one's a really hard one for me to talk about, but ever since I crossed over from Cub Scouts, this guy right over here has included me in every single thing. I want to thank you for that. I couldn't have made it here without you. Yeah. There's probably a million stories I could talk about with me and him up here today, from stealing his hammock or anything to do with camping. So many stories that I would be hooked here forever. So I want to thank you for everything. That's a tough one. And then, unfortunately, he's not here today, but I want to thank Robert Bailey for being my second mentor in scouting. Junior? Bobby Junior, thank you. He wants to be called Robert now, right? What I heard gathered, but I'll always call him Bobby. I want to thank him. Same thing, including me since I crossed over. So many fun things, so many stories too, and there's probably like 4 pictures of him with funny choking pictures on my board. He's always whipped me into shape. He's helped me with so many planning things. I want to thank him. Thank you, Bobby. I'll see him. I get to see him next Saturday, and I'll hand it to him that day. This next guy. I don't know who I'd be without him today. Could I have Brandon Middleton come up to the stage? There he is. What is a mentor? A mentor is an experienced and trusted advisor, someone who gives guidance, advice, support, and they act as a good role model. Even though Brandon worked with me primarily at the dojo and influenced me at karate, his mentoring touched me so deeply that it impacted every aspect of my life. I saw what a good friend he was. It made me want to be a good friend. I saw what a great leader he was, and it made me want to be a good leader too. And I saw him overcome so many obstacles, and it encouraged me to do the same. His love and support gave me the inspiration to do better in all areas of my life, including Scouts. Between Boy Scouts and karate, I have developed a strong desire to help and work with younger student people. And I think this not only sparked my passion for karate, but it helped inspire my Eagle project too, which was the library my dad was talking about earlier. Lost my spot. It also made me want to be an encourager with my fellow scouting brothers right here. So I want to thank Brandon over here for always being on my side with everyday life. Thank you for helping shape me into the man I have become today. I want to thank you for being my mentor. It's touched so many areas of my life. Thank you so much for everything, Brandon. I don't know who I'd be today without you. Yeah. Okay. This next part might be a little bit long, it might be a little bit longer than my dad's, I'm not sure. I have a long thank you list, so I want to start by saying I couldn't have been here today without all of you. I want to thank you so much. Now let's begin my thank you list. A couple weeks ago when I was getting all this stuff for my ceremony, the scout shop guy told me that a scout gave out 14 mentor pins. Now obviously I would do that, but we'd be here all day and I feel like it just lose the meaning of the pin. But if I had 2 more mentor pins today, I would give them to Scoutmaster Rob Bailey and Kevin Helms. I want to thank Scoutmaster Bailey for so much support and making Boy Scouts so much more fun and interesting, from relaxing in a camping chair with me or all the fun stuff. Thank you for all the Scoutmaster minutes. You've helped me get to this rank. I couldn't have done it without you. And then I think you're the best Scoutmaster of all time. I might have to get a mug that says that for you.
No, I've already signed off on everything, so you don't have to.
And then I want to thank Mr. Helms for being my Eagle Scout project coach. I couldn't have done it without you. I want to thank you for helping me with a lot of the paperwork. You answered so many of my questions, and you just never left my side. Thank you so much. And then thank you for doing all that while being retired. You totally could have just left me to find a different coach, but you didn't. That's not who you are, so thank you. So thank you to both of you. If I had more mentor pins today, I would hand them out to you, but yeah. The next one I want to thank is God. After the mentor pins, the people I wanted to give them out to, then I just read the wrong thing. I want to give thanks to God. Without Him, I would definitely not be alive or be able to achieve this rank. So thank you, God, so much for all the wonderful things in life like this. Like my dad said, with time, I want to thank my wonderful mother for helping me with this. You've been such a huge part of my journey. I want to thank you for always being there for me. And I can't remember if I'm supposed to sew on all these patches or not. I sewed on a few, but how could I have done all this without you? You put endless hours into sewing all these cool patches on, and I couldn't have done it without you. Thank you for all the time and everything. Thank you so much. Thank you for my daddy. After my mom, it's you. Thank you so much for always being there for me. Here's the big one. pushing me to do so many merit badges, even though I can't stand paperwork. Thank you for pushing me to do campouts and so many other things. I definitely would not be an Eagle Scout today if it weren't for you. Thank you for being so involved in my scouting career and everything else in between. Thank you for going on like every single camp out with me except for 2. I don't know how many. I appreciate and love you so much. Thank you. Up next is my super loving and supportive sister, Elena. Thank you so much, my wonderful sister, for always supporting me through this part of my life. I appreciate you so much. And you've probably appreciated every single time we've planned a camp out. Because that'd mean I'd leave home for about 3 days or a week, and you wouldn't have to deal with me. So, thank you so much. And now I want to thank one of my 3 awesome uncles, or however many I have, 20. I want to thank my Uncle Jesse for always doing hiking, kayaking, other outdoor activities with me. Even if we just got back from doing a hike or kayak trip, we'd go right back out like after lunch or something. Thank you for always doing that with me. Thank you for supporting me in everyday life and just being there for wherever I need you. Don't worry, I'm getting there. It's a lot of people. Up next, I want to thank my Uncle Brian and Aunt Jody. I want to give thanks to my Uncle Brian for teaching me lots of life skills, whether it be maintenance work, yard work, or cooking. Thank you so much for helping me with my rifle shooting merit badge and just doing shooting sports with me. And I want to thank both of them one more time for supporting me in my life, wherever I need them. Now I want to thank my Uncle Keith and Aunt Deja. I feel so weird to say out loud. They're my auntie and uncle. They're my auntie and unc.
There you go.
Thank you for always supporting me in Scouts and being there for me in my life. Thank you for all the laughter and love along the way. Thank you so much. This next guy, man, he's been a huge part of my life since I started scouting. I want to thank my best friend Coleman for getting me started on this wonderful opportunity and supporting me along the way. Thank you for always putting up with me while hanging out or doing anything. Thank you for being like a wonderful brother to me. I appreciate you so much. I want to thank Ashley Knapp for being the best den mother of all time in Cub Scouts. So many great leaders, but you're the best one. I want to thank you for being like a second mother to me. You welcomed me into your home and just let me hang out with those 2 goofballs all the time. Thank you so much. Now I want to thank Sean Knapp for building my awesome footlocker out there that stored all my scouting stuff for like 8 years. Thank you. And now, just one more member of that family. It's that guy over there. I want to thank you, William, for being a wonderful little adopted brother to me. I love including you in stuff with me and Coleman, whether it was scouting related or just fun stuff in the backyard. Thank you. One more thanks to that family over there. Couldn't have done this without you. When I started scouting 8 years ago, I didn't just get a best friend, I got a whole second family. I love you guys so much. Thank you. Really quick, I want to thank Jenny Phillips, who is my Eagle Scout Project representative. I want to thank her for giving me the idea of the library. I love it so much, and I love how it impacted all the kids. Thank you for making the opportunity fun and exciting at Greeley Options. Thank you. Now I want to thank all the scouting parents and leaders of Troop 809. 3 right there, some people over there. There's right there. I want to thank them for helping me get this rank. I couldn't have done it without them, with like pushing us to just plan stuff so we're not just sitting around playing games all the time. I want to thank Marsha Anderson, Travis and Wendy Harper, Russell Treat, Jennifer and Jim Fry, sorry, I did that again. Ryan Kingsley, Erica Haslip, and then Oliver Sr. Monzer. And then one more big thanks to Scoutmaster Bailey. I appreciate you so much, and I couldn't have done this without you. Thank you. Thank you to all the parents. Those guys, right over there. I want to thank the Scouts of Troop 809. I couldn't have done it without you. You've been by my side the whole time. Lost my spot. Thank you, Joel, Dylan, Jonathan, whoever was here today, Oliver, David, Landon, and Caden. And then I want to thank my two mentors again, Bobby and David. Thank you for always including me, like I said earlier, and just always dealing with me, putting up with my crazy behavior. I appreciate all of you guys so much. Now, the last one. Everyone else that I forgot typing this out. Man, there are just so many people to thank, so I apologize if I forgot to thank someone earlier in that speech. I want to give a thanks to everyone in this room one more time, family and friends who couldn't make it today too. Finally, all my family and friends who are supporting me in heaven right now, and thank you to all. I appreciate and love you all so much. That was the big part. That's all my thank yous. Now, the last one, challenge coins. So the last thing for my recognitions and thank yous is the challenge coin. If some of you went to Bobby Bailey's Eagle Scout ceremony, you probably saw him hand out 2 challenge coins. These represent a promise to a certain individual to stick with scouting and to try to reach the rank of Eagle Scout. Bobby handed out 2 of these coins to David and Landon right there. And I want to remind both of you those coins, and I encourage you both to hold on to them tightly. Now, David and Landon, I challenge you like Bobby did, to stick with scouting, continue to have fun, work hard, be a good example and role model, and try your best to reach the rank of Eagle Scout. I'll be with you guys. I'm not going anywhere. I'll help you if you ever need anything. And now I'd like to challenge 2 scouts of my own. Will Oliver come to the stage? My 2 challenge coins are going to Oliver and Caden. Some of you might not remember Caden, but he was a Boy Scout with our troop about 2 years ago, and then he moved to Arizona where he is still a Boy Scout and he's a 2nd class rank. I'm so proud of him, and I hope that we'll never lose that brotherhood too. And Oliver has been doing Scouts for 3 years now, is it? 3? It's crazy. I remember your crossover. I want him to continue and grow in scouting as well. So I got one for Caden too. I challenge you to stick with scouting, to continue to have fun in scouting, to work hard and grow, learning lots of new things, to be a good example and role model, and the big one, to try your best and reach the rank of Eagle Scout. Then I have one for Caden that I'm going to mail him. And I believe in Eagle Scouts, and I know they can do it. I know they can do it. Go on, don't stop. That was all my recognitions and thank yous. I'd like my mother to come back up. I would work hard. Thank you.
Before you sit down, Logan, and before I introduce our next guest, Daddy and I have a challenge coin of our own. This is the Eagle Medallion. It reads, "Once an eagle, always an eagle" on the front. You are an eagle now, and no one can take that away from you. The back has a segment of the Eagle Scout oath on it. On my honor, I will do my best to make my training an example, my rank, and my influence count strongly for better scouting. To this I pledge my sacred honor. May you never forget where you came from, and may you never forget where you are going. No man is an island, and God needs us to care for one another. As we all heard in your mentor pin presentations, there was such power in having those young men you looked up to, giving you their time and support. Taking someone under your wing, eagle's wing if you will, and welcoming them into your life can truly make a difference in both lives. And I hope that was impactful. I hope you got that message today, because I really did. Welcoming them into your life can truly make a difference in both lives. Embrace mentorship, continue to pass it forward, continue to live by the golden rule, and I challenge you to hold all of these and all of your Eagle Scout values close to your heart. Now you can be seated. He had a lot to share there, didn't he? Okay, now I would like to introduce Mr. Terry Gaber of the Greeley Elks Lodge 809 to come forward.
Finally, a scout that shorted.
Hi, Logan. It's always an honor for me to be invited to a court of honor to represent the Elks in giving an award to our new Eagle Scout. I've been in front of you, a lot of you, many times, and it's always great to see former Eagle Scouts here too, so thank you for being here. Logan Berghart, congratulations. The Grand Lodge Order of Elks, Certificate of Merit, Logan Berghart, Eagle Scout, Boy Scout Troop Number 809. The Benevolent and Protective Order of the Elks of the United States of America takes pride in presenting this Certificate of Merit for your achievement in attaining the rank of Eagle Scout. Sounds good, doesn't it? Yeah. You have demonstrated what Scouting stands for: building character, developing a sound mind, volunteerism, and always being prepared to assist in the time of need. Court of Honor, the 3rd day of March 2025. Testimony whereof witness our signatures: Douglas Schieffer, Grand Exalted Ruler, and Brian R. Klatt, Grand Secretary. Congratulations. We also have a letter here, a congratulatory letter from Douglas Schieffer. He's our Grand Exalted Ruler. Eagle Scout, Logan Berghart, Boy Scout Troop Number 809. See, it's still Boy Scout Troop. Dear Logan, congratulations on attaining the high rank of Eagle Scout. The Benevolent and Protective Order of Elks of the United States of America has long been a proponent of the Boy Scout movement, and our past national presidents have served on the National Boy Scouts councils. Your achievements have been many, and we sincerely hope you will continue your devotion and dedication to the principles of Scouts as to inspire other young men to follow in your footsteps. And a footnote onto that, you've already shown that too with your challenge coins. That's pretty cool. As you move forward in life, continue to uphold the Scout motto and be a leader for the future. Sincerely yours, Douglas A. Schieffer, Grand Exalted Ruler. Let's give them a whole more things there. We also have a gold eagle feather pin with Elks and Scouting on it. And this is usually presented to whomever you want to present it to. A lot of times Mom gets it. That's a hint. But it has Elks and Scouting on it. And I have the honor of also having one of those pins that I got years ago. Do a little advertisement for the Elks here. I'm glad that you all are here and part of our lodge, use our lodge for your meetings and stuff. It means a lot to us. We give out more scholarships than any organization. Uncle Sam might beat us a little bit, but so all of you that are going to be seniors in high school next November, go online, elks.org, and apply for a scholarship. I can't guarantee you get one, but you got a good shot at it. Also, if you want to go on to college and you don't have a lot of scholarships, I know of a place that would be really interested in you. You know what it is? The Naval Academy. Now, if you want to be an engineer, so just take that for an example. We have the Colorado School of Mines, #1 engineering school in the country. Number 2 is the Naval Academy. Costs a lot of money to go to Colorado School of Mines. Naval Academy, they pay you. You come out of there debt free. Well, if you're going to serve a few years, but you'll be an officer and enjoying yourself. As you can probably tell, I was in the Navy. I joined the Navy to see the world, and one of the reasons, many others, the Earth, our world here is about 75% water, and I saw a lot of it. The academies, whether you would like to go to the Air Force Academy, West Point, the Army Military Academy, or my favorite, Annapolis, the Naval Academy, they really, really look highly upon Eagle Scouts. They know that you can get things done. They know you can organize. They know you know how to lead. You're the type of person they're looking for. I do have a contact, funniest thing to say, dating my son's future son-in-law from Maryland. He's going to the academy right now. And I was talking to him, and he said, well, you know, he's going to graduate in June, so if they want, have them just contact the administration office. Tell them you're an Eagle Scout. That goes a long way. They like smart people, athletic people, people that, you know, can get things done. Say a valedictorian, you know, they give them 1 point above everybody else. An Eagle Scout gets 10. That's how important becoming an Eagle Scout is. It means a lot. And whatever you're doing, whatever your goal in life is, whenever you're applying for a job, make sure you put on your job application that you are an Eagle Scout. You'll always be an Eagle Scout. Be proud of that. Logan, congratulations. Oh, you got a little message here for Jason and Kelly. Thank you too for inviting me. I do appreciate that. And you can never talk too long when you're talking about the accomplishments of one of your children. Thank you for sharing all those stories today. That was pretty neat.
Thank you.
Yeah.
We found you a scout that wasn't taller than you. We found you a scout that wasn't taller than you. We tried.
I've done about 50 Court of Honors all over the state, and later this month I'm going down to Canyon City and do one down there too. But I was really excited about 2-3 years ago, and I got to do an Eagle Scout presentation for a 14-year-old. Finally, I would be taller than one. And I said, and I knew I was going to be taller than a 14-year-old, and I turned to the scout. He was the tallest 14-year-old, kind of like David. Big kid. So, thank you for being my first.
Now I would like to introduce Officers Don Lindsay and Ken Baltrip of the Marine Corps League.
Good afternoon. Thank you for inviting us to be here. I'm Ken Waltrip, past Commandant for the Marine Corps League Detachment 1093 here in Greeley, Colorado. This is Don Lindsay. He's past Commandant of Marine Corps League 1093 as well. Marine Corps League Good Citizenship Award presented to Logan Burkhart. You who have attained the rank of Eagle Scout. Signed by our current Commandant Joe Meilinger, our Adjutant Don Kramer, dated March 2nd, 2025. Logan, congratulations. One thing I would like to ask before we go any further is, would all the adult leaders in the room please stand? I would personally like to thank you from the bottom of my heart for what you do for these young men and women in Scouts. Thank you very much. On behalf of the Marine Corps League, we would like to present you a challenge coin, one from our honor guard, which Don and I are both members, and the other one is our detachment challenge coin. And again, thank you very much and congratulations.
I've got something.
Well,
He
get
always
over
tells
here.
me to get I think they can all hear me. The one thing I'd like to say is we have three things in common. Simplified Ellis, always faithful. It doesn't happen overnight. You have to work to get to where you are, as we did. And the third one is congratulations, young man. Thank you.
Okay, and then at this time, I just wanted to give an opportunity to open the microphone to anybody else that wanted to share something briefly about Logan and his scouting journey.
No, I just have grown up with the absolute craziest boy in the world. But I'm just so proud. In the last month, he earned his Eagle Scout in November, but seeing him earn his Eagle Scout and his junior black belt has just been like blowing my mind of how he is just very crazy and silly, but he's such a good person, and I'm so proud to be his sister.
Just one quick thing. I asked Logan to mow the lawn. So he asked Logan to mow the lawn in my backyard. He takes the lawnmower and he goes out and makes kind of a circle, and that circle 8 comes back. I'm done. And he was. He was done. He does better now. You do.
Cool. So I don't really know much about Logan's scouting journey, to be 100% honest. I was just kind of his karate teacher. That's kind of what I did. But in the, what was now 4.5 years? 5 years? 5 years now? 5 years now that I've known Logan, he's grown so much. So seeing him interact on the mats with the kids is phenomenal. I mean, it's his environment. He does awesome. He gives everything his absolute best. I know that's been brought up a lot, but I can't stress it enough. And I see it firsthand whenever I'm over there working with him and we're teaching a class together. It's his everything. Like, literally, he just gives everything his all. It's awesome to watch, and it's cool. He's a great kid, and we all love him at the dojo. I wish there was more of us here from the dojo to support you right now, but just know that everybody there loves you. We all, even I look up to you, right? Because I didn't get my Eagle Scout, but now it's like, wow, I kind of wish I would have, right? I think I did Boy Scouts for like a month, maybe. It was like maybe a few weeks, but it's awesome. You're a role model for a lot of people, whether you whether you know it or not. I mean, seriously. So yeah, there's that. Go ahead for the second.
To tag along with that, Brandon was his instructor for a lot longer than I was. Me and Brandon are basically like brothers, so a lot of the stuff I'm gonna say might sound the same, but seriously, coming from the dojo, I've known you, maybe about 2 years now? Can't stress enough, just like Brandon said, he's a great kid. He puts his all into everything. Even just recently, me and Brandon have had conversations about just how he has always, he's just always right. I mean, he's always doing the right thing. He knows exactly what needs to get done, and he puts his all into it. And I'm a little bit more critical on people than I probably should be, especially more critical than Brandon. And I still see all of the great value. So seriously, dude, congratulations and a great job.
I think I see an Eagle Scout.
Oh, I gotta turn it this way, right?
For a second, I thought I was talking to the mic stand.
Go ahead, Jonathan.
Hey there, Logan. I'm super sorry I wasn't able to make it today. I just wanted to say a quick word of I'm super excited to finally see you in Eagle Scout. And it's been a friend of mine for so many years. I'm super proud and so happy to see you finally make it. And I can't wait to join you in the ranks of the Eagle Scout in a couple months myself. We've been through a lot of adventures, us and the troop. I'm, for those who don't know, I'm Jonathan Kingsley, fellow scout of Logan's from Troop 809, and while there have been a ton of adventures that me and Logan have been going on for several years now at this point, several camps that have definitely had highlights. Did Logan make mention of Malaya Island? I don't think he did, or maybe he did.
I did.
Yes. I did? Okay. In my opinion, the best camp out of all of those, yeah, but definitely the rafting trip was definitely a highlight. How many times did he fall out of the raft again?
4? At least 4. I was there, so I put it 4. Yeah.
You should have made it 5, a good round number. Then we could have rounded it up to 10.
Awesome. Thank you very much, sir.
Yeah, and I can't wait to see you again, Logan. And one final thing for you, buddy. Did you stab your dad at all when putting on that pin?
Oh yeah.
Just making sure there. All right. I'd love to be there. Unfortunately, God had other plans, though. I'm sick right now, but I definitely plan on seeing you again soon and giving you a couple gifts. All right, buddy?
All right. Thanks,
I can't
Jonathan.
wait to see you. Thank you so much.
Someone more Logan's age than those 18-year-old boys back there. I also go to the dojo with this guy. And, we're co-workers now. We work with the same little kids, but they're always mixing us up, me and him. And I'm real proud of it, because I really look up to this guy. They'll walk in, they're like, Mr. Logan. I'm not Mr. Logan. But it's an awesome thing to be compared to somebody as hardworking and dedicated as this guy. So, here's to you, Mr. Logan. Sitting right now.
All the time with that, Mr. Leo, Mr. Logan. All the time. Logan and I have been together, well, from the first day he started Scouts. Or not the first day he started Scouts, but Boy Scouts. And I've always liked him. He's just been a crazy goofball. Crazy. And he's always had a smile on his face every time he walks in that door. And he's just a great kid. Thanks.
I'm trying to hold
like my tears here, but I'm anti, and as he calls me, anti-fash, because it's just something that we do. But I couldn't be more proud of this guy and all the things that he has accomplished. And he gives the absolute best hugs. So his hugs were talked about, and he really does give the absolute best hugs. But I am so super proud of you, and I can't wait to see how much further you go and how many more lives you touch. So I love you.
Bravo. But, I started doing scouts about 3 years ago, and I remember walking in here. I saw Logan, and he was being hyper. I was like, God, help me out. And for some reason, I was like, maybe I had fun, so I'll go back. And I never really got close to Logan until about last summer camp, where we just randomly started talking. And ever since then, I just can't help but see kind of God's grace over his family and him. And every time he just finds a way or another to make my day. He finds like a way to like prove himself that he's just always challenging life in general. And I really look up to him because he's done a lot with his life. And I'm like, okay, maybe I should not be sitting here right now. I should probably be doing something with my life. And I just really look up to Logan, and I'm really proud.
I have known Logan since second grade. Kindergarten, second grade, it gets mixed up. Well, before we were homeschooled, I've known Logan a long time, and seeing him grow and a lot of the different things that he has done has been really impressive, and the way that he puts himself out there to other people definitely has been an inspiration to me, and has led me to strive, or led me to be a better person and be more open to other people and open to talking to other people. And yeah, me and Logan, we worked through Cub Scouts all the way through, and even though I dropped out of Boy Scouts, he has stuck with it and has gone a long ways and made a lot of progress. And our friendship has had a lot of highs and lows. I feel like a lot of the lows have been caused more by me than you, but I know it has definitely changed a lot over the years. I remember playing video games for like 8 hours a day before, and now we only see each other every 2 weeks because we're so busy. But yeah, it's been a friend who's, I know I might not show it sometimes, but it's been impressive what you guys know in real life.
Man, Coleman's grown.
Thank you for all that, you guys have rock.
Okay, I just would like to invite our Scoutmaster, our beloved, amazing, best Scoutmaster, one last time.
Now, if everybody could look at this, all the accomplishments that he's done since he's been in Scouts, but the biggest accomplishment that the biggest thing that I'm impressed with right now, I grew up with no brothers and 5 sisters. We fought like cats and dogs until we were much, much older than these two. That is impressive to see siblings that respectful and that loving to each other. Okay. That's impressive. We get along now, we're great, we love each other. But we did fight a lot when we were little. Okay, Scoutmaster Minute, closing minute. Scouts, family, friends, today we are here to honor Logan, who stands before us as an Eagle Scout. This isn't just a moment of personal triumph. It's a testament to a journey that began years ago as a bear and a big curiosity. Or a Weeblos learning to tie a knot that just wouldn't stick. From those early days, Logan has walked the path through campouts in the rain, service projects that left hands dirty and hearts full, and challenges that tested patience, grit, and character. Think about, for a second, every rank: Scout, Tenderfoot, Second Class, First Class, Star, Life, and now Eagle. Represents a step forward, a choice to keep going. It's not just about badges or checklists. It's about becoming someone who doesn't quit, who helps others, who lives by the Scout oath and law every day. Logan didn't do this alone. Well, family, leaders, and fellow Scouts lifted him up, just as he lifted them. That's what Scouting is. It's a team effort that builds leaders. To the younger Scouts here, look at Logan. This could be you someday. The trail to Eagle isn't easy, but it is worth it. Stick with it through the tough hikes and the long meetings, the moments you'd rather be somewhere else. Every step makes you stronger and smarter and for whatever life may throw at you. And to the families, your support is the backbone to the Scouting program. Keep cheering them on and tell your friends. Scouting needs more kids like yours. It's not just fun, it shapes lives, and it saves a community. Logan, you are an Eagle now, but you are also its spark. Your example can light the way for others to follow. So let's all take a moment to celebrate not just what's been done, but what's still ahead for every Scout in this room. The trail is open. Who is ready to take it? Woohoo. I saw his hand go up. Are there any final comments? Okay, can Oliver and Logan please come?
Does it get paid?
All right, I want to thank you all for being here. I want to thank you all for being here today one last time. Please join us for cake and lemonade in the dining area after this. I've set up photos and all that fun stuff out there, and there's guest book pages at each table. I'd love for you to sign those. It'd be awesome. Now we'll start our closing prayer.
Please bow your heads. Lord, thank you that you brought us here. Thank you that you gave us the chance to celebrate Logan, Father, that you just let this be a good time, Father, that you have brought him such a long way, Father. And please show him as he goes with life and he faces struggles, Father, that if it's not good, it's not over, Father. Please let him see your grace as his life goes on, Father. Let him see how you will hold him, Father, through the hardest times. We pray that as we spend time together out there, we get to enjoy more laughs, and amen. In Jesus' name, amen.
All right. And color guard. Scouts attention, car guard attention, audience please rise. Color guard forward march. Color guard halt. Prepare to retrieve the colors. Scout salute. Retrieve the colors. Color guard about face. Forward march. 2. Color guard, alt, about, face. Scouts dismissed, color guard dismissed, audience dismissed. Thank you all for being here today.
Hi, how are you?
Mentor.